What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Impromptu live stream. I came to calm down the masses. How's everyone doing today? Oh, well, oh, look at that. A few of you found me right away. That's awesome because I didn't even advertise it ahead of time. So, how's everyone doing? Well, ladies and gentlemen, no script as usual, or for most of the time. I just thought that I'd come on and talk to you all for a little bit, see if any of you have any questions. I know that my last video, which unfortunately didn't age very well, or unfortunately it aged well, but not well, if you know what I mean, if you saw that video. I just thought I'd come on here and answer any questions, talk to any one of you that want to talk about what's going on with the markets today. I noticed that pretty much everything is crashing today. Let me take a look. Yeah, pretty much everything is in the red today, except for the gold to silver ratio. The only thing that's not in the red is the gold to silver ratio because it's now up to almost 65 silver to 1 gold. Hey, how you doing, Eddie? Good to see you, my man. Satoshi. Greenspan, I saw you over there this morning at International Stacker. Had a good time. So good to see you again. A nurse for you. How you doing? For those of you that won the last batch of silver, I finally got them all mailed out. Okay? And then I have to meet someone in town today to give him his prize. So they're finally mailed out. I was waiting on one last address. I just actually came back from the post office. So in case any of you are here, it's on its way. Look at this. Thomas from Austria. How you doing, Thomas? Good to see you, my friend. Very, very good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Let me see. Magdu USA? I'm not sure. How you doing? OUPES is in the house. David Jones is in the house. How you doing? Let's see. Sharon is here. Linda. Dragon Lady. Bible Believer. How you doing? Rosa is here. Monique. Gina Termas, how you doing? Dennis, how you doing today? All the way from East Texas. Here you go, Dennis. Let's see, who else do we have in the house? Cold War Prepper is in the house. Handling Plan B, Claire. H-Town, Texas. Houston. Is that how you pronounce it, Satoshi? Houston, Texas. Gather gold, stack silver, be your own bank. Absolutely. That's what we should all be doing. Oh, I saw you. I think I saw you guys on RTD as well. I was over there saying hello to Michael. Yep. Who else in the house? All right. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is for you. All right. Before we even begin, I was going to go and take a look at the charts, see how they're looking with you all, being that they're live right now. So I figured that would be a little bit of fun. And if you have any questions about anything, it doesn't have to be about the stock market or gold or silver. It could be about anything. I'll put it all in caps. And hopefully I'll see it and I'll be able to answer it and chit-chat back with you. Well, let's see. Coffee First is in the house. CUCV Farmer. Scott Hummer's in the house. How you doing, Scott, my friend? Good to see you, brother. Oh, no, I can't tell you that. But what I will tell you is news of the South Florida. What I could tell you is I can't tell you whether you should buy now or not. If you're talking about silver, which I'm assuming you are. What I would tell you is what I'm doing, and right now I'm not buying. Right, I'm not buying right now. I know that history doesn't repeat, like I said on my last video, but it quite often rhymes. And I have a feeling that in the next few days we're going to see a little bit of a spike up, then we're going to see a spike down. And the thing is that now this is all my opinion, all right, ladies and gentlemen. So you have to take it as that and do your own research, okay? Because I would not want you to be basing what you do off what I tell you. What I tell you is what I think, what I do, and then you're supposed to take that information and then go do your own research and convince yourselves that that's what you want to do. But right now, I'm not buying. All right, I'm not buying any silver right now. Unfortunately, I hope that I'm wrong. I hope I'm 100% wrong. I believe it's still got a little bit more to go on the downside, which in a way it's good news because it will give those that want to stack more silver or gold another opportunity to stack it on the cheap. It's like one of those old Kmart blue light specials. It's what it is. When you go to the supermarket and you're like, wow, look at that. Toilet paper's on sale. 2 packs for the price of 1. You know you're going to use it, right? So might as well get the 2 packs for the price of 1, right? Or get 4 packs or 6 packs so that you can capitalize on that sale that they're having. In my opinion, that's exactly what's going on right now with silver, and to a smaller extent with gold as well, right? For those of you that maybe didn't hear the shenanigans that went on last night or early this morning, is that some billionaires over in China were massively shorting the market, and that's what made the price drop down the way that it did. And believe it or not, one of the complaints that I have about the U.S. is what they don't do, about the U.S. government is what they don't do when that happens from our side. Now, this is what I heard. I read it. We can go over some Twitter or X, posts that have been up about silver and gold and stuff like that. But from what I understand, China shut that down. They shut them down as soon as they found out, and they have halted their accounts to where they can't trade because what they were doing was breaking the law, breaking one of their laws that says that you can't do whatever it is shorting that they were doing, right? So my complaint about how our government handles that is that they don't do anything. They just let it happen. And in my opinion, it's because they're in on it. It's because these banks that do that and get away with it, they have so much power over our government that our government can't do anything and won't do anything. But you have, I saw a short clip of JD Vance, Vice President Vance, talking about how they were thinking about putting a floor to the prices of the critical minerals that we have. And obviously, most of you more than likely know that silver was added to the critical minerals list. So they want to put a floor on it. Now, in my opinion, that would be good for silver and gold if that's in there. But for silver, that would be good. It would make the price go up. But ladies and gentlemen, that is not a free market. Isn't that what we want? Isn't that why people got into crypto in the early days, right? That was the big push. We want to be decentralized. We don't want to be controlled. We don't want our currency, our money to be controlled, right? Then they opened up an ETF, and now you have all of these billionaires in there controlling the market. You have all these banks in there controlling the market. And does the government do anything? No, they don't do anything. They let them do it. Why? Because the more volatile that any currency or money outside of that which is issued by the U.S. government, the Federal Reserve note, the more volatile that it is, the more the more unsettling that it is, the more that it makes people nervous, the more that they're going to rush to the U.S. dollar, which is the currency that our government wants us to use. Because the more demand for the dollar, the less the interest rates, the less it's going to cost for the government to come up with that payment for the interest on the national debt. It's real simple math. It's just that it's not taught. All right. So they don't do anything about it. But putting a price floor on something is manipulating the market. And is that what we want? Even though it would be good for silver for him to do that. Let's say he puts a price floor of $100 on an ounce of silver, right? That means that silver here will never be bought or sold for less than $100. Some people would be like, oh man, I've been sitting on silver since it was $4 or $12. That's like an 8X or a 20X, whatever it may be. That may be good for that, but is it really a free market? See, if they'd allowed the market to be a free market, price discovery, it would have been $1,000 by now. But since they've allowed all of these banks and all of these institutions to manipulate the price pretty much with free will, knowing that they're really not going to pay a very high price. And whatever price they pay is just the price of doing business. Sure, a couple of guys from JP Morgan went to jail for spoofing the market here a few years ago. I guarantee you, I think, I suspect that when those gentlemen get out of their white collar federal prison attire, right, when they get out of there, they're going to have millions of dollars waiting for them. They were just the fall guys that needed to go down so that the people would be like, oh, okay, at least they did something this time. But they continue to do it, and they're not going to stop doing it until the paper market separates from the silver market, right? So I would say that if I had advice, which I don't because I can't give advice, I would say that everyone out there, instead of rushing out and betting the farm that silver's not going to go down anymore, just do what you should have been doing all along. And I'm sure that most of you have been doing all along, just dollar cost average. I had a conversation with two young men today. I was having my vehicle cleaned, went to pick it up. And by the way, anyone that's here in Fairbanks, anyone goes to Midnight Sun Detailing, they do a great job. All right. Just to put that out there, because those guys did a great job. But I was having a conversation with two young men today that worked there. And we were talking about silver, and we were talking about, hey, don't bet the farm on it. Every time you get paid, I told them, I said, put a little bit aside. Give yourself a budget. Let's say it's $100 a payday or $100 a month, whatever it may be, and dollar cost average into it. But don't just be rushing in, because when you dollar cost average, you don't have to worry about the price. The only time you have to worry about the price is if you want to sell. All right. And hopefully you won't have to sell for a very long time, because I consider silver and gold to be a wealth preservation tool, meaning that it is your excess wealth that you were going to save anyways. It just gives you the benefit of preserving your purchasing power and not allowing governments to steal it from you through the power of inflation. So that was about a 10-minute answer to a half a second question. So let me go down here. Let me see. You want a segment on the ion light. Where is it? It's right here. You guys want to see it real quick? Let me get up and get it. So I did not leave it on because, as usual, I didn't read the fine print. And this is called the ion light. And if you haven't seen that video, go check it out, because this is awesome. This is awesome. And I know that I'm dealing with a pretty decent company also, because if you watch that video, I mentioned that I really like this and that I'm going to order me a couple more, 2 or 3 more. And the next day I opened up my email, and my rep over there, I believe his name is Paul. He said, hey, don't order anymore. We'll send you a couple more. And I'm like, hey, that's awesome. All right. So good for me. But this little light, for those of you that don't know, I think it's awesome. This is a great little lantern. First of all, it illuminates very, very nicely for what it is, right? But it never uses batteries, right? It doesn't need batteries. It doesn't have a USB charger on it. No USB charger. Why? Because it doesn't use electricity in the conventional way that we're used to flashlights or lanterns using electricity. So I hope that Ion Light comes out with a flashlight that has the same technology, because this is great. So the way this works is it's got a couple of plates, one on each side. And I found out through you guys that these last about 200 hours. So what happens is you put water in here, you know, the specified amount. You put water in here, and then you put a teaspoon or a tablespoon of salt in here. That's all you need to do. You bring this on, you turn it on, and it works. It works through, I think, electrolysis. I think that's what it is. Let me know if I'm right, if it's electrolysis, right? But those little plates last about 200 hours, and they only cost about $3.50, I think. So if you went and bought yourself some Duracell batteries, let's say your average flashlight takes like three or four AA's or AAA's, right? Your average garden variety flashlight. Let's say 3 AA's. That's about $3, ladies and gentlemen. Or even let's say that's $2, but it won't last 200 hours. It won't work very well when it's super, super cold outside. And one of the benefits of this is that even if the water inside of here freezes, this still works. So you can leave this in your car dry, or you can leave it in your car with just water and no electrolytes. But I wouldn't recommend leaving any water in here while you're not using it. All right. I would recommend keeping it dry. And I was going to leave it on as long as I could until it stopped. But I realized that these things do have a lifespan of 200 hours. But 200 hours is 200 hours is a long time for $3.50. And if you actually, I think I have the link in the description of the video still. If you use that link, you're supposed to be getting a free set of plates. So it'll come with the plates that it's got on it, plus another free set. So that's 400 hours of light, and all you need is water and salt. So anyways, I just think this thing is so awesome. You know, like I said, I wish they come out with a little flashlight that you can use as a flashlight instead of a lantern. But if you haven't seen that video, go check it out, because I actually walk around it in my apartment here with all the lights off, and you'll be able to see how much light it actually gives off. So there you go. That's the ion light for you. And this is not even a sponsored video, but somebody did ask. So there's your segment. Thanks for asking. One of mine rocks. Let's see who else is here. Remember, put it in caps if you want a question answered, or if you have a comment. Oh, those Britannias are really pretty. Those are really pretty coins. What'd you pay for it, if you don't mind me asking, Achilles? Did you how much above spot did you pay? You don't have to say how much, but how much above spot? Dennis or Denise, how you doing? It's either Dennis or no, it's Denise Harris. How you doing, Denise? All right. Coffee First is in the house. Cold War Prepper is in the house. Let me bring it down, because I know that I was pretty long-winded there answering those two. We're only 2 questions in, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm already 18 minutes into the live stream. So when you ask a question, you better be careful. Randy said, there's so much happening right now that I feel like an owl because my head is spinning around. Just try to disconnect. Just work on the things that you know that matter to you, Randy, because that's what matters. It's the things that matter to you, you know, whether you have a family or not, the things that matter to you is what you need to worry about. All right. Are you prepped? Are you prepared? Okay. Here, Michael says that 6 accounts were stopped from trading. Yep. That's what I heard. You know, I actually heard that on my way back. I was listening to a podcast. Let's see. All right. What else we got? Hey, give me a yes. Type yes in the comments if you want me to take a quick look at the markets with you while they're still open. Right? Type yes. I don't want to do it. If you guys don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. You know, I've been looking at them all morning long. Part of my routine, ladies and gentlemen, is when I wake up in the morning, I wake up and I sit by while the markets are opening, and then I do a little bit of trading back and forth, and then I stop after like 30 minutes. Usually once I hit a spot that I'm happy with, I'm done. I stop. One of my things is don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. All right. Don't be a pig. Jay Still, how you doing? Good to see you. Rudy, good to see you. I hope you have not forgotten me. I still have the silver moose coin you sent me. Oh, I remember those silver moose coins too. Weren't they cool? Well, good to see you. Thank you very much. That's what I like about doing some live streams in odd hours during the week when I normally don't have this, because I get to see some of you guys that I haven't seen in a while, and you get to join in. Let's see. Alex says, I just bought my first ever silver, a little over 3 ounces. Okay. I don't know if it was a ripoff. That's not terrible. That's not bad. Because right now the spot of silver is at 74, around 74. And let me take a look at SD Bullion. I'm surprised you were able to get some. There's a lot of people saying that there's no silver out there to be had. So let me see. What's a silver coin going for nowadays? Silver Eagles. Let's just see for a reference. Okay, yeah, Silver Eagle right now is going for about $90 or so. So that's not bad. At least you got a little bit under your, and congratulations for being a first-time silver buyer. That's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been saying this for years. And for those of you that are OGs of this channel, you'll remember Years ago, I was saying, if everyone in the United States, if everyone that works, right, we have about 140, 150 million people that work a job in the US. If everyone that works every month, not even every payday, every month bought 1 ounce of silver, we would have already had a different monetary system in which I believe would have been metals based or commodities backed. If everyone just buys 1 ounce of silver every month, everyone that works, not even all 300 and plus million people, just the people that have a job, go and buy 1 ounce of silver a month. If everyone did that, we could really make change, if we got together and did that. Let me see. Is anyone concerned they will confiscate precious metals again like they did for FDR? I don't think they will. Believe it or not, Fuzzy, believe it or not, in the US, there's only like maybe one. And being I'm not sure. I lost you all for a minute. I'm not sure if you could hear me now. If you can hear me now, give me a 1. Let me get a 1. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. I see blood pressure there in the house. I see a lot of yeses. But to answer that other question, there's maybe 1 to 2% of people in the US that actually have physical metals. I don't think they'll do that. I think if they do some kind of confiscation, it would be a nationalization of the mines and maybe depositories. But that would have to take a congressional act. They would have to actually go through Congress, the Senate, and in between those acts, the people will be screaming very loud. All right. Let's see. Jay Brown, thank you very much for the super chat. Got the ion light, Rudy. You like it? You see? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it makes me so happy when I hear people say that about stuff that I review, because I don't review stuff just to review it. I really like when I reviewed this, I was so impressed with this little light. I like it so much. So if you see me do a review, it's because it's something that I really like, that I think is, worth getting, not just something so that I can do a review and make 75 cents on each unit or whatever it is, right? Let's see. My save forever. I'm watching and waiting for silver to fall below 40 and try to buy. Yeah, I mean below 70, not below 40. I don't think it's going to get below 54 or so. If it does, but then again, I don't know anything. Let's see. Maverick Prepper, how you doing? Gold and silver is an option if you have money sitting in savings after you have all your preps you need. Exactly. That's what I call excess wealth. Whatever money you have after you have an emergency fund, right? After you have all your preps taken care of, right? After you have some of the things that you want, that you like, that you want to have because it makes your life better, or it's just fun because you have to live, right? Can't take it with you. So you might as well enjoy some of that excess wealth while you're here, right? And that's exactly how I feel, Maverick. Nothing wrong with junk silver right now. Nothing wrong with it again. Suckers are going to 40. Well, if you're a sucker because you want to buy something on the cheap, then I'm a sucker. Because if it goes to 40, I might have to start driving Lyft again just so that I can buy more. All right. Before we let's go ahead and take a quick look at the charts. I'm getting a number 1. Thank you very much. Let's see. Right now, Tammy says there's no silver to be had. They are probably holding on to it. Well, yeah, there is a physical silver shortage, believe it or not. Let's see. Chicken Hawks asks, elementary question. You store back your cash in silver and gold, but then what? Sell it later on back for cash? Need a basic beginner? Okay, so the reason that all right, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, ladies and gentlemen. I know this irritates some people when I say that, but I have to because I'm on the internet, right? And there's millions of people on the internet that love to sue people, right, for stupid stuff like that. Okay, so Chicken Hawk, let's say, let me give you a live example. So when my grandson was born, Michael, I gifted him a 1 ounce American Silver Eagle. This is not a Silver Eagle. This is a present that one of you all sent me, all right, for Christmas. I gifted him a 1-ounce Silver Eagle, and the same time I gave him a $50 bill. So I gave him a $50 bill and a 1-ounce Silver Eagle, and gave him a little tin box or a tin can so that he can put all of the silver that I give him through the years and gold and put it in there, because every time it's his birthday, I give him an ounce of silver, and sometimes I give him a little bit of gold. I gave him some gold for his first Christmas because I wanted to give him his first gold piece, right? So he's 3 years old now. He's almost 4. So this last Christmas, of course, I gave him an ounce of silver, and his mom brought down the little tin can. And inside of the tin can was all the silver and gold that I've gifted him over the years since he was born. Well, I noticed that they still had that $50 bill in there. They still had the $50 bill that I gave him the same time that I bought him that Silver Eagle back in 2022. Well, when I bought him that Silver Eagle, that $50 bill could buy 2 of them. At that time, one Silver Eagle was about $22 to $24. So that $50 bill could buy him 2. Here you go. 2 Silver Eagles. These are buffaloes, but you know what I mean. It could buy him 2 Silver Eagles, that $50 bill, 4 years ago. Well, today, how many Silver Eagles can a $50 bill buy you? It can't even buy you 1. It could maybe buy you half. But if I have that Silver Eagle today, I can go cash it in for, let's say right now that the price is crashing, $70. Let's say I can cash in that Silver Eagle for $70. I can buy at least the same amount of stuff today with that money that I could when I bought that Silver Eagle. All right. So what it does is silver and gold preserve your purchasing power, meaning that I'll go ahead and use the other example that I've used on my videos, you know, when I promoted Alpha Omega Gold, which is a channel sponsor. So in that example that I use on my videos every once in a while, in 1989, 1 ounce of silver could buy you 3 Big Macs. All right. 1 ounce of silver could buy you 3 Big Macs. Today, even after the price has crashed, today, let's say this is $70. A Big Mac is what? Let's say a Big Mac is $6, right? Today, the same ounce of silver that only bought me 3 Big Macs in 1989, today it can buy me what? 6, 7, it can buy me 12 Big Macs. The same ounce can buy me 12 Big Macs today. So silver preserves your purchasing power. When you leave your dollars in the bank, they do nothing but lose purchasing power, and that is by design. It's by design, ladies and gentlemen. The reason that the Federal Reserve has a target for inflation, which is another word for stealing your wealth, is to do exactly that. Take from you your wealth through a silent tax that not many people know about because they're not taught about it in school, right? So I hope that I explained that in a way that you understand it. The Ion Light is on back. You guys broke Ion Light, ladies and gentlemen. How many did you all buy? I haven't even checked my my affiliate thing over there, right? That's incredible. That's awesome. Well, you know, I would say thank you very much for supporting me and using my link to get these. But in all honesty, I just think that this is an awesome light. So I would have done it either way. Awesome light. Yeah, exactly, Fuzzy. Congress is supposed to approve us to go to war, but that hasn't been done in how many decades now? They're going to do what they're going to do. And we've allowed that to happen over the years, over the decades, by allowing government to grow so big and strong that now they can pretty much do whatever they want to do. The only way that they will stop doing what they want to do without our approval, in my opinion, is if we have a metals-based, a real money backing up our currency, right? So if we have real money, gold, silver, putting a check on what they can spend, that's the only way that we will regain our power over the government. As long as the government can print however much paper they want, they're going to spend however much they want to spend with or without our approval. There is a growing copper shortage, and from what I understand, copper is going to do pretty well as far as its nominal price. You see, ladies and gentlemen, it's okay to trade in the stock market. I don't like trading in the stock market. That's why I only stick really to like mining companies, because I at least find that they're still pretty moral, right? Especially if it's a company that's like all paid off, they're debt free, they have a good CEO, they have a good history, they pay a dividend, stuff like that. I don't mind trading those, all right? But when I trade those and I see my dollars go up, I don't get greedy and want 10 times more dollars. I take a little bit out and I go buy me a little bit of silver. Like I said, don't be a pig. Take a little bit of profit, go do something you want to do. If you want, go buy yourself some real money, exchange some of that fiat for real money, because what good's all that money going to be doing in a brokerage account if it's just going to be sitting there, even though it's growing and it's not doing anything for you, right? Look at that. I was wrong. It's 14 Big Macs that an ounce of silver can buy you today. So even better. Let's see. Okay, bring it down. Okay, a lot of people said that they want to look at the chart. So that's what we'll do, ladies and gentlemen, is if you have any questions or comments, hold off on them right now. Okay, and then when we're done looking at the charts, if you have any questions, then we can go back to a little bit of Q&A, and then we can take a look at a few posts that I found that are very interesting. All right, so let me go ahead and add this. Share screen. Okay, and this is actually live right now. The stock market is still live right now. All right. If you all want to have a lot of fun looking at charts, which can be kind of boring sometimes, go check out the International Stacker. International Stacker, awesome live stream. He does mostly live streams, but awesome live streams. And he's also having a giveaway. He's giving away like 25 plus ounces of silver. So go to his channel, International Stacker, all right, and subscribe to his channel so that you can enter the giveaway, and try joining in on one of his live streams, because they're a lot of fun. I have my coffee every morning with the International Stacker. So let's go and see what's the stock market looking like. Let me see. Can you all see that? Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, well, hopefully you can all see that. Let me go ahead and bring this down a little bit so that this can be a little bit bigger for you. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this to candles instead of a line. There you go. This is actually one of the charts of, this is the chart of one of the mining companies that I own. Full disclaimer or disclosure, however you want to say it. But let's go take a look at the Dow Jones is down like 500 points for the day. So it's down to 4. It's still extremely overvalued. Even though the Dow Jones is like at 48,900, it's lost 580 points today. It's extremely overvalued, extremely. Same thing with the S&P. Same thing with the net. Everything's going down today. Oh my goodness, look at Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin is down almost $10,000 today. This is a broken chart. I've been saying it for a while now that we have entered crypto winter. Crypto winter is here. All right. This is almost kind of like what silver looked like. But man, 63,000. That's great. That's great. Hopefully it'll drop down to below 30,000. Let's see. The dollar is still pretty darn strong, even though it's well below the 200. So I see the dollar going down a lot more than where it is right now. Okay, this is one of the, again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just one of the stocks that I have. I don't have very much either, ladies and gentlemen. I just play around with this and try to increase my shares. That's it. It's called FFMGF, and it's a First Mining Gold Core, and it's owned by Keith Neumeyer. He's the CEO, and from what I understand, they're debt-free. So First Majestic, if you want to sponsor my one of my videos, let me know, because I love your guys' company. They have two companies. One of them is for gold, and the other one is AG, which is a silver mining company. And from what I understand, they had a stellar fourth quarter last year. So I'm expecting this stock to go up a little bit here in the next couple of weeks when they announce their fourth quarter earnings for 2025. And this is a great company too. All they do is mine silver. Keith Neumeyer, in my opinion, is an OG of the silver industry. Great guy. They have pretty much a debt-free company where they actually pay out dividends on this. And let's take a look. Oh my goodness, silver is down 15% for the day, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what silver is looking like. And and like I said, I on my last video, I said I hope that I'm wrong, but it just doesn't look very good for the short term. If you take a look at the MACD right here, it's going down at a pretty good angle, at about a 45-degree angle, which tells me that silver is not done going down for a little bit. But I did say on that video that I thought that it would find resistance between the low to mid 70s, which is where we're at. It's where it's been going through all day long, through the low to mid 70s and up to 80 now and then. But also I said that if we drop below 70, if we drop like below 71 or so, we could very, very well drop all the way down to the low 50s to the mid 50s. So you have to get yourselves mentally prepared for that. All right. Those of you that hold silver, get yourselves mentally prepared for that. All right. Because we could very well drop to like the low to mid 50s. I don't think that we will drop below the 50, but this is how you have to look at it. In my opinion, it would be a great thing if that happened. Number one, it will shake out the people that don't belong in the market. It'll shake them out, right? Because if you're in the silver market, especially physical, then it means that you're in it for the right reasons, right? If you're in the paper market, then maybe you're just in it to make a little bit of profit so that you can turn that into physical. Good for you, right? But going down to the 50s is, in my opinion, a good thing because it allows us to retest that last high. And I mean, I have a very good friend that comes here often and we talk about silver and stocks and all that stuff whenever he comes by. And I've been telling him for months now, I'm like, man, silver needs to retest that 50 level. It just needs to hit it one time. If it bounces off of it once or twice and then that's it, it's going to go back up. It confirmed that level and we're good. It's almost like filling in a gap, right? So it would be a great thing for that because it confirmed that hard stop right there. And also it will allow people that want to get some more to get some more. It will allow us to show the world what a paper tiger really is and what is the LBMA, the COMEX, the CME, right? And I think it will work out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still very, very, very bullish. Don't get me wrong. I take advantage of these dips. Okay. If you saw one of my videos where I told you how I allocate my silver stack, like 50% never touch, 25% emergency, another 25% do whatever I want and speculate. I do that. So whenever I see something like this happen, I take advantage of it and I either buy or sell some physical. That way I can take my profits and buy more physical with it, or go buy me a nice $50, $60 steak if that's what I want, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. But let's take a look. So let's see. Let me bring this back up for myself. So that's silver. So I'm assuming that silver is probably going to go down a little more than up a little bit. Then it's going to take a pretty nice dip, probably close to the 50s, maybe low 60s. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, eventually it's going to go straight back up. I believe that it'll pass 120 or 121. It'll zoom right by there. Hopefully it'll be hitting around the 143, 160 mark or something like that. And then it'll have to come back down to retest that old high, which would be 121. You see, even if it goes above 121, right, which is our old high. And remember, this is a layman talking to you. I'm not a professional technical analyst or anything like that. It's just a layman. It's just what I think out loud, right? So once it passes 121, it's got to surpass that old high, the 121. Let's say it goes up to 180, all right? Everyone's going to be in the same euphoric state that they were a week ago. Oh my God, 125. Oh my goodness. Instead, they'll be saying, oh my goodness, 180. Oh my goodness, I got to rush and buy before it goes higher. Then it's going to do what? It's going to have to, at one point or another, come back and retest the old high, which at that time would be about I think it was 121, 122. It's going to have to come back and retest that. So if you're a trader, if you're like a day trader, that's great for you because you can trade it on the way up and trade it on the way down. But if you're just a holder, if you're just an investor, which you're really not an investor, you're just wanting to keep your money out of the grubby hands of the money changers, then all you do is just hodl it. Hold on for dear life. Leave it alone. If you ever need it, it's there for you, etc. All right. So, I mean, at least that's the way that I see it. Now, let's see what else we have here. Let's take a look at gold real quick. Believe it or not, gold has been very resilient against this. I mean, gold is still showing that it's going to go down some by the MACD here, but it doesn't have as sharp of an angle as silver does. But then again, we all know that silver is a lot more volatile than gold because the market is a lot more smaller, a lot more compact, and it's much more manipulated than gold is. So that's what they're looking like. Look at the silver to gold ratio. This is actually, I heard someone talking about maybe I should trade in some gold for silver. This is actually not bad, but I wouldn't do it right now. It looks like this is another thing that lets me know, ladies and gentlemen, that silver is still going to go down some more. Look at the gold to silver ratio. Look at the MACD. It's pointing almost straight up, and it's going straight up. Once this starts to make a reversal, meaning going back down, and it confirms that it's reversing, maybe that would be a good time to trade in some gold for silver, but that's just me thinking out loud. Man, have I've been coming in clear? Molly says, stop talking out your ASS. Okay. Hey, where's my moderators? Come on, guys. Well, Molly, if you want to have a conversation like an adult, go ahead and put a question on there or a comment that would contest what I said. Okay. Other than that, you stop talking out of your ASS, Molly. Who's this? Hey, Hobbit, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Okay, I'm coming in 5x5. All right. Anyone have any questions or any comments? Go ahead and put them on. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say this for the 10th time today. I'm not a financial advisor. All right. Let's see. Fuzzy says, I'm hesitant to buy more gold or silver coins because of all of the fake Chinese. Hey, that's why you have to find yourselves a good place to buy it. All right. A good reputable place to buy it. I prefer a local coin shop, but I understand some people don't have a good coin shop or a coin shop period near them. So you just have to find a place that you can trust, that you know is going to take care of you. Okay, all right, let's see. Let's see real quick. Boom. All right, just a second. I got to take a look at something real quick. Okay. All right, let me know with a yes if you want to go over some posts. I know. I'm the one that did the live stream, but I don't like to waste people's time, I guess. Let's see. Molly says, now is the best time to buy gold. Prices are fixing to skyrocket. I mean, I think that gold and or silver or both is just as good. But whenever I think about what do I want to buy now? Do I want to buy gold or do I want to buy silver? Right? Which I almost never buy gold. And this is why. Because ask yourselves a question. What is the likelihood of gold going to 10,000 before silver goes to 140? Right? So silver's almost been at 140 already. It went up to 122 or 121. Okay. So for me, the likelihood of silver hitting 140, which is doubling the price pretty much, or let's say 150, right? the likelihood of silver going to 150 before gold goes to 10,000 is much more likely. So I would say that the smarter play right now, unless you have a whole bunch of money, if you have a lot of money and you want to put, some of it in gold, that's great. It's great that you do. You're blessed because it's a lot more, you can transport it a lot easier, but if you're looking to preserve your wealth, I think that silver, when it comes down to it, is going to provide us with more value than what it had when we bought it. Meaning that it's actually going to add to your wealth instead of just preserving your wealth. So that's just my point of view. That's how I see it. Yes, I do. Jay Brown, do you still have the OUPES 2400Bs? Check it out. It's right there. That's actually a brand new one that OUPES sent me. They still had some in their warehouse. They're all out now. They don't make them anymore. But they sent me one of these because I needed one to get me by for a few months. Absolutely. Water and food and all of the preps that you need in order to survive, ladies and gentlemen, much more important than silver. You have to have everything that you need to sustain your life first. Okay. So I agree 100% with you, Summer. Oh, I think I just missed a question here. I can't find it. Let's see. When is the last? Hey, low blood pressure. What's up, brother? All the way from Corpus Christi. When is the last? I hope that Alaska never gets a Buc-ee's, low blood. I hope they never get a Buc-ee's. I think that Buc-ee's has made a mistake by expanding to other states. They should have just left it a Texas thing, right? So I won't go to any other Buc-ee's unless it's in Texas, all right? And hopefully I'll be making a trip down there sometime, maybe next year, next summer, I'll be going down there. Let's see, Shelly. I started watching you when you were canning meat. I canned meat in 2020. If you did it properly, yes. But if you watch some of my canning videos, I tell you what to look for. So go check those out. If you did it properly and you follow the rules, and then when you look at your canned meat, you make sure that it looks right, that it smells right, it's got a seal. Heat it up pretty good. You should be fine, but it all depends on whether you processed it properly. Now, I've eaten canned meat before that, not canned from commercial canning. I mean, I have those too, that I've eaten 10-year-old canned meat, but I've eaten canned meat that I canned back in 2016, and absolutely nothing wrong with it. Chicken, by the way, is what it was. So yeah, and I'm not afraid to do it. I still have a jar of chicken there that's dated 2016. Yeah, I heard that Warren Buffett bought 129, or was sitting on, or is sitting on a whole bunch of silver, 120 something million ounces. I think I already answered this question. In my opinion, in my layman opinion, I think it could go down as far as the low to mid 50s. That's my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at if you have any questions. If you have any questions, hold off on them until after we take a look at some of the posts that I'm going to share with you all, because I just think they're funny and they're fun to look at and share with you all. Do I ever watch the Economic Ninja? I've seen his videos, on and off whenever they pop up on my feed. I don't watch a lot of prepping videos, and I know Economic Ninja is more of a financial video. But I do catch his videos every now and then, and that's about it. I know that he had a little bit of a battle going on with AI. Let's see, Sujo. I watched Ninja, bought some courses, but I love Johnny Bravo. I've bought some of Johnny Bravo's courses. I call him Johnny Bravo, even though it's Jay Bravo. I've bought a couple of his courses. They're worth every single penny that I paid for them. And he doesn't even know I'm saying this. But the 2 courses that I purchased from Jay Bravo, that guy is awesome. The way that he teaches, because he makes it funny, right? And it lets you remember stuff. The 2 courses that I bought from him, I've already, what I learned has allowed me to earn multiples of what I paid for those courses. So yeah, I mean, do what you want to do, but I can tell you firsthand that his courses are awesome. Oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and put the link. I'm going to put the link up here, okay? Just a second. Where is it at? Okay, it's down here. Boom. Let me go over here. Let me go ahead and stop sharing this. Okay, so I'm still there. Okay, good, good. Where is this thing? I was trying to see if it had a copy, because that's usually a little bit easier. But I'll just do it this way. This is the long one. Okay, so here's the link. I'm going to post it all the way in the bottom here. Paste. This is the link. I'm not affiliated with these guys, all right? I'm not sponsored by them or affiliated by them. But let me go all the way down and post it here. Yeah, that's the link to TradingView. They do have a free version where you don't have to pay for it, right? And then they also have a version. They have tranches where you pay so much and you get this much, and et cetera, et cetera. I subscribe to their very first tranche because it gives me everything that I need. But that's the link right there. If you all need it later on, let me know. But it should be going up there. And that's called TradingView, right? It's called TradingView, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at some posts that we have here so we can have a little bit of a laugh. Oh, and by the way, I'm actually on X, ladies and gentlemen. So if you all want to follow me on X, I do have the link to my X account in the description of the video, if you guys want to follow me on there. Okay, so let me see. Can you see this all right? Let me see. I'm going to try to make this a little bit bigger so you guys can all see it. Well, let me see. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it all right there. All right, so it says here, this is from Bruh. Funny how they waited to dump the price 40% overnight, load up, then announce price floors a few days later. Now it's almost a guarantee. Yeah, and this, ladies and gentlemen, this is my opinion. This is a guarantee. And I think that it may be by the end of this year, at least on the low side, 150. And if it's not, don't worry about it. It's eventually going to get there and a lot higher. Now, this is pretty funny. Check this out. This is so funny. This is the 2026 God candles, right? So check this candle out. For those of you that know what a candle is, look at this candle. Look at that. That candle left the screen and went all the way onto his table. And this is what we're talking about. This is what I was talking about. I was saying there is no availability. Silver's running out. You'll be able to find silver at local coin shops and stuff because the refineries have really stopped taking a lot of it because they're so backed up. But as far as buying it from like bullion dealers that are online and stuff, it's getting more difficult. The price of silver is dropping, but we can't buy anything because it's all out of stock. All right. This surely should mean that the price should go up. Yes, absolutely. But we live in a crazy world, ladies and gentlemen. Switzerland is out of silver. Just spoke with Clive Thompson on the physical market. One of the largest bullion dealers in Switzerland has 0 silver in stock. One of the largest bullion dealers in Switzerland has 0 in stock. None available, no replenishment, weeks of supply failure. Oh, check this out. This is the uncle I convinced to buy Bitcoin at 126. Oh, goodness gracious. And now it's pretty much half of what 120 is. It's at 63. Crazy. Look at this poor fellow here. He sold crypto to buy silver, then silver crashed. Then he sold his silver to buy crypto. Then it crashed even more. And now he's selling his crypto, and he used it to buy AI stocks, which are crashing. That's why I like to tell you all, do your research, all right? Because you work very hard to earn that fiat currency that you want to transfer over into real assets. So do your research, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, checking on the guys that told us to buy Bitcoin at 126,000. Crazy. All right. Yeah, and listen to this. This is pretty this should wake someone up, someone who's not in the know about real money. Imagine working a 9 to 5 for 50 years, and then the Federal Reserve prints out of nowhere. They just created it, 40% of the total money supply, and inflates away 20 years of your work. That's exactly what happened during the COVID era. I hope I can still say that. During the COVID era, they literally printed roughly 40% of all of the money that's ever existed since the birth of this nation. Bought silver at 119, and then this is right after it dumped 32%. This was last Friday, actually. I think these are some of the ones that I shared with you all last Saturday. And Ray Dalio, he says that this is the beginning of the end of this monetary system. It's what a lot of us have been saying for a very long time. All right, so that's all I have there on my X account. So I really like looking at those. I don't just get on X to look at anything that pops up. I just pretty much follow like financial channels and precious metal channels. Is Miss Worm in the house? How you doing, Copernicus, if you're here? Hey, good to see you, Copernicus. All right, so we're about an hour in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I've got a nice ribeye steak waiting for me. So if you all want me to stay on for a little longer, let me know. Just if you have any questions or comments to make, go ahead and put it all in caps. Let's see. Okay, let me go ahead and put this back up real quick. Again, I'm not affiliated with these guys. It's just that's the link to the charting software that I use, and it's called TradingView. You should be able to go find it. Just type in TradingView. Let's see. I won't buy unethical company stocks even if it's guaranteed. You know what? That's one of the main reasons why I don't play the stock market. And the only reason I play the two stocks that I play, which is pretty much just two, is because they are very good stocks, very good companies that are I lost you there for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. Black Jack the cat. Thoughts on the new head of the Fed? I don't care about the new head of. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not dismissing your question, Black Jack, but I don't care. I don't even know who it is. I think I seen a picture of him the other day. Somebody had him on a video. Don't know who he is. I don't care who he is. His job is to ensure that we, the plebes, continue to use the Federal Reserve note. His job is to ensure that the Federal Reserve and the federal government continue to drain us of our wealth by controlling inflation to the point where most people don't realize that they're being stolen from. That's his job, ladies and gentlemen. The Federal Reserve's mandate is not to control unemployment or whatever, or to control inflation. Their mandate is to ensure that we, the people, continue to pay our taxes. No, I'm not talking about the IRS. I'm talking about the tax of inflation. That's the Federal Reserve's job, is to keep us happy enough so that we continue to pay our taxes, which is inflation. Right? That's the biggest hidden tax that most people have no idea exists. It's inflation. All right. Don't get me started. My blood pressure will start to go up. Let me take a drink real quick. Let's see, what time is it? Noon? Oh yeah, I can't wait. I dry brined that ribeye. For those of you that don't know what dry brining is, you go ahead and get yourself whatever piece of meat. In this case, it's a ribeye, and you tab it off, with a towel. You don't rinse it under the sink. Don't take your ribeye and rinse it under the sink, ladies and gentlemen. You just pat it with a paper towel to get rid of that excess moisture, blood, whatever. And then you put, depending on how thick it is, you put a nice amount of salt on both sides, and then you put it in the refrigerator for a minimum of 24 hours, right? I've found that the best number of days to dry brine or to dry brine / dry age a ribeye is about 4 days. At 4 days, it is perfect, all right? But what happens when you dry brine the piece of meat is that the salt takes the water out of the middle of the meat, and then it dissolves the salt, and then it sucks back into the meat. So then what you're effectively doing by dry brining is you're seasoning the middle of your meat, the middle of the ribeye, with salt. That way, when you bite into it, the whole piece of meat will be perfectly seasoned instead of just on top. But yeah, it's making my mouth water. Is Evita Cooks in the house? Evita, I got your package today. I got it in the mail. I haven't even opened it. All right, so it is there. Thank you very much. I'll let you know if everything in there made it all right. But it looks like it made it fine because there's no dents or nothing on the box. Perfect. So thank you. Let's see. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, Evita, just in case I log off and I don't see Fabio, tell him I said hello. All right, give him my blessings, and Papi too. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Who was I just talking about? I was talking about the international stacker. He must have heard me, right? He must have heard me because AIS, I was telling everyone, hey, make sure you go catch the International Stackers live stream because it's the most entertaining live stream that I've ever had the privilege of being in or of watching, man. You do a great job, man. I love your channel, man. So congratulations on your growth. And ladies and gentlemen, remember that the International Stacker is having a huge giveaway. So go over to his channel and make sure that you enter. All right, enter to win. You got to be subscribed, but you're going to enjoy his channel. I'll tell you what. I'll see you all on his live stream this afternoon. AIS, I think that you it's at 2 o'clock, right? 6 p.m. Alaska time. Is that when you're starting today? Let me know when you're starting today here. That way everyone can know. Yep, 25 ounces of silver he's giving away. That's what I thought. I told him about 25 ounces. And here's his link. So go click on his link. Okay, so 6 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, 2 p.m. my time. So 2 p.m. my time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So go check out the internet. Man, I'll tell you, hey, International Stacker, let me tell you a story. So you know your intro where you have the crabs, the video with the crabs dancing and everything. So I was watching the replay of your live stream from yesterday afternoon. I was watching that. And no, it was from yesterday. Yeah, yesterday afternoon. I was watching that yesterday. And I had my grandson down here, and he kept making me rewind to the part where the crabs were dancing. But to tell you the truth, I enjoy that part as well. So even my little 3-year-old, hey, you do know that my little 3-year-old grandson, he's a stacker. All right. I've been stacking with him since he was born. So, but anyways, I think that's pretty cool that he really enjoys that. So my son told me the other day he walked in. Now I watch Michael, I watch my grandson as much as I can. Like I never say no. If his mom or his dad or both of them, hey, can you watch him for a little while? I'm like, absolutely. Like, absolutely. Like, unless I have a doctor appointment or somewhere that I have to be, yeah, absolutely. I'll watch him. I have a lot of fun, watching him, and he gets to sit here and he bothers, Lulu and all that kind of stuff. And, he chases her around, plays around. And, man, I was watching some finance shows. Like I'll either be watching IS, or I'll be watching RTD, or I'll be watching Wall Street Silver. I think they changed their name to Wall Street Bullion. Or I'll be watching that. And my son walks in. He's like, man, by the time this kid starts kindergarten, he's going to be an expert on gold and silver. And I said, that's the plan. That is the plan. Yeah, he's already 3. Copernicus, he's 3 years old. Yep, and Lulu's 2 years old now. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and call Lulu over here, see if she wants to say hello. And if she does, she'll say hello, and then I'll sign off. And if not, then I'll go ahead and sign off. But like I said, I thought I'd pop in here, answer any questions that some of you may have about what's going on in the markets. I think we're going to head down a little more, but it's going to be very healthy, because by the end of this year, it's going to be popping, and probably before the end of this year, to tell you the truth, because I think the stock market is getting ready to take a real dump. And whenever that happens, afterward, our precious metals usually go up. Lulu, come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Come and say hello. She's not naked today, ladies and gentlemen. She's wearing her collar. Come here, Lulu. You want to say hi? Come on. Come on. There she is. Say hello. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the Lulu. Look at this. Here, look. She's so black that she blends in with my shirt. You want a treat? Yeah? You want a treat? Okay. All right, ladies and well, that is Lulu, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if you remember when I got her she's already a little over 2 years old, but that's Lulu, right? She's my buddy. She goes with me everywhere I go. She even goes with me to some of my doctor's appointments. She's really good at waiting up the car now. Very patient. Good girl. All right. All right. So have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure. I'll probably put out a video tomorrow. One of my gloom and doom videos. No, I'll just put out a video about whatever it is that I come across that I find interesting. But before I go, I wanted to say thank you very much to all of you for all of your support. I truly do appreciate you all, ladies and gentlemen. And doing this, for me, it's a lot of fun. All right. So thank you for being here. I hope that you have a great rest of your week. God bless every one of you. Remember that I love you all. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper, and just a second, I am out. God bless.